Okay, so day 14 on the CDT, and I'm sure some of you are like, what was that nonsense for day 13's video? It was like 2 minutes long. You're like, I gotta go. I did some stuff. I gotta go. So just to explain, we got to the Gila, we're taking the Gila River alternative. It's actually spelled Gila, and it's pronounced Gila. And that alternative follows the Gila River. And hiking 100 and approximately 170 miles from the border, we haven't had a whole lot of running water. The running water that we've had has been just trickles from, I think I mentioned in an earlier video, like a seep or a drip. And so it trickles very slowly into pools, and we're talking about pools the size of your hand, like circumference wise. So the Gila River is an actual river. I think I showed in yesterday's video, I may have panned over to show you the river and the cliffs, and it's absolutely phenomenal. So after hiking 170 miles, we get to the river, and that means we don't have to be extra careful with our water. We don't have to carry all of our water. And it also means that we can get water from the river, take it, several yards away from the river, and clean our hair, which I got to do. And you get to clean like your socks, you get to clean your gaiters, you get to clean your shirt. So you'll notice I'm in the maroon shirt even though I'm still out in nature. It's because my stuff's over there hanging to get some of the sweat and the stank out. So essentially, the river allows us to kind of feel like humans. Now, there are some people that they'll take body wipes or baby wipes or some kind of wipes with them on the trail, and they'll wipe down their legs before they get into their sleeping pads, but it's just another thing to carry. And some people are like, I can't sleep with dirty legs. Other people are like, I can sleep with dirty legs, I just prefer not to. The river allows us to clean our legs without having the wipes, and we can, run water through my beard so it doesn't get crappy underneath and like irritated skin, that kind of stuff. So yesterday's video was essentially, we hiked 17 miles, got to the river. I think I took a quick video, or maybe I filtered some water to get some water in me because it was a hot day yesterday. And then I took a quick video and washed my feet and washed some my socks and that kind of stuff. So apologies, I was in a rush because I wanted to get all that finished before the sun went below the cliffs and we lost the sunlight, and it was just a matter of half an hour before we lose all light. So I was in a rush to clean my legs and get some other stuff clean, finish filtering my water so I could go over and cook some dinner. So sorry about the rush video yesterday. Today was another good day. So the outpost that we're hiking to, which is the next resupply, they operate 6 out of 7 days per week during season, and Wednesday they're closed. So I'm about a day and a half behind my original schedule, which it's to be expected, especially since I'm kind of training while I'm hiking the trail, at least the initial part of it. And being a day and a half behind means that it just so happened that on Saturday, when I hiked into Silver City, I missed the post office, so I had to go to the post office on Monday morning before I hiked out on the trail. It also meant that it takes about 2.5 days to get to Doc Campbell's, and the 2.5 days today would have put me there on Wednesday when they're closed. So there was no rush, and that was great for training. It meant that I could take the mileage, which is approximately 50 miles, and I could divide it across the 3 days. So what I did was essentially the last 2 days, I think I did 17 miles, and then today I did 15 and a half, and that gets me really close to the trailhead, where we have to walk on the road for about a mile to get over to Doc Campbell's, which is that outpost. And then after that, is the Gila Cliff Dwelling National Monument. So I'm hoping that they're not in a timed entry or they're limiting the spaces, and I'm hoping I'll be able to go and visit the National Monument tomorrow and get to see some of the cliff dwellings. So that that would be great, because I've helped, I think we just finished helping them with some work right before I went on leave of absence. So it'd be wonderful to be able to go over and visit the park that we were able to help with some work, with some like planning documents or something. So today was, it was great because we got to hike along the river. That means you don't have to carry your water. You can carry like 1 liter or 2 liters in your pack to drink. And then when you need to stop for lunch, or you need to, you know, add a liter to your pack while you're hiking, then you can do so because the river's right there. The trail actually crisscrosses. Sorry, my battery's running low. So the trail crisscrosses the water, and I think we probably did like 24 river crossings today. So our feet were pretty wet all day, like our shoes and socks and everything were wet. So I was able to also get to camp a little bit early and set my feet out to see if they could dry, and see if I could get my shoes kind of dryish before tomorrow. I don't think I succeeded, but you know, it is what it is. Sorry, I keep moving the camera because there's bugs around. Yeah, it was, the feet were wet, which normally it doesn't bode well for me. I usually get blisters when I'm walking in wet shoes. So I'm hoping that the easy pace and the low mileage will prevent that. And hopefully my legs or my feet have been toughened up a bit from the blisters over the last 2 weeks. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But the blisters are calming down. It was great to hike next to water and not have to carry a bunch of water. And it was fun. I actually ran into a hiker from the state of Washington, and she and I were able to hike together quite a bit today, and share stories and that kind of stuff. And she's hiked the John Muir Trail, and she's hiked the Pacific Crest Trail, and some other odds and ends. So anyway, hope everyone's well. I was planning on doing about 10 to 12 minutes on this, but I'm gonna end it just because my battery's low and I need to recharge, and I don't want to lose this video. So that is the reason for the rush video yesterday, was just getting to the river, getting excited, and wanting to clean a bunch of stuff. And it was wonderful river walking today. So I will, oh, one last thing. So I may have seen a coral snake today, which are in New Mexico. They are poisonous, similar to rattlesnakes, just a different type of snake. I think rattlesnakes are pit vipers, if I remember correctly, and coral snakes are, oh man, it starts with the C, I think. However, I don't know if 100% if it was a coral snake. So it definitely had the red and the black. It looked like, I mean, it was moving pretty quick, so I couldn't get a picture. But it looked like it might have had a white to it rather than a yellow. So I'll Google some photos and see if I can identify the snake I saw, and I'll put a link in the description for this video, and so you can see if I actually got to see a coral snake or if it was a different type of snake. Okay, I think that's it. So fun day, great to be hiking near water. Got to see a bunch of wildlife because of the water, and there's a bunch of beautiful trees, sycamores and willows, and like huge conifer trees, and a few others, just because you're near water. So you can see the tree behind me, pretty ginormous, and that adds shade next to the water, and great for stopping and eating lunch and camping and all that fun stuff. So tomorrow I'll get my resupply. Hopefully I get to stop by the National Monument, and then I'll hike a few miles on the trail after being able to visit the monument. And then we're continuing the Gila alternative route. And there's 2 routes. There's a low route and there's a high route. And I think I'm gonna try to do some of the high route, even though it's not by the river and doesn't have as much water readily available. But my understanding is it has some wonderful views. So I'll keep you up to date on which route I select, and I think that's about it. So I think my shout out yesterday may have been to running water. I I did that video so quickly, I apologize. I can't remember if that was the case or not, but today's shout out is going to be to just the hiker community. It doesn't matter like who you run into on the trail. So Rats is the trail name of the person that I hiked with today, and we ran into two other gentlemen who I'm forgetting. Oh, they don't have trail names yet. And then, because this is their first trail. And then we ran into two older ladies who are section hiking. So they section hiked Lordsburg to Silver City last year. And then this year they're doing Silver City to Grants. And they made an offhand comment that for fun, in their free time, they actually do speed distance racing with horses. So they'll do like a 50 or 75 or 100-mile race over the course of a day. And I think there was a movie about like the endurance horse racing, that kind of stuff. So it's fun to actually meet somebody who does it and talk to them. So the community is just good people, and every once in a while you run into somebody that kind of gives you some vibes, but for the most part, it's good people that want to make sure that everything's going well, and they always have interesting stories. I mean, you have to leave your job and decide to hike across the country for 5 months. So, all right, enough rambling. Shout out to hiker community. I love running water. It's wonderful, and I hope everyone's doing well, and we'll talk to you soon.